Okay, welcome everybody. ICO update, 3T Network, 27 February 2018. If anybody has any questions, obviously you can raise them in the chat. We already have a couple. Okay, yeah, somebody's watching the Maple Leafs. There we go. Okay, anything important, we'll see it in chat. Very important disclaimers for all of this. We are a financial information provider, a financial publisher. So past performance doesn't guarantee future results. You could lose all or a portion of your money. Only invest money you can afford to lose, and before trading, read all the disclosures and speak to a professional advisor. As we always recommend for everybody, especially in the cryptocurrency world, in the ICO space, work with your speculative money, the money that you can play with. Don't be borrowing against your house or mortgaging your future to invest in crypto. There's a few people that might have done that when Bitcoin was hitting $19,000 or $20,000, and they're not real happy at the moment. So please, buy with your head for sure. This is the disclosure from Traffic Light Trading, and it's our normal disclosure. We like to get this all started so everybody's in the right frame of mind. Think about this for a minute. Everybody has something they dream about, something they want. Money's great, but money's just money. Money doesn't do anything by itself. It's what you can get with money. To some people, that means out in the country having a wine and cheese party with their friends. To others, having the gorgeous beach view and the gigantic modern house. Others would like to fly private jets or have the Lambo or the Ferrari or the big boat or a quiet place on the beach, in a tropical destination. The key point is, everybody can still live the life of their dreams. So everybody just needs to dream. And you always need to keep that in mind because life has ups and downs, and the cryptocurrency world and the network marketing world is no different. So what's our mission here? I want everybody to understand why we formed this company, what we're here and what we're about, so it gets universally distributed and gets universally shared the same way every time. So what we do is offer professional guidance and support as you participate in the global shift to cryptocurrencies. Our main principle is to ensure our members have the best possible chance to become numbered among the list of new cryptocurrency millionaires. Lots of people are making lots of money in the crypto world. Our goal is to help as many people make as much as they can so they can achieve and get what they want out of life, whatever that may be. So our network, 3T Networks, has a number of profit centers. The Tuesday night call, we always focus on ICO. So we can purchase ICOs, and as part of your Pro Trader subscription, and also as part of your Advanced Trader Enrollment Pack and your Pro Trader Enrollment Pack, you get 4 weeks subscription included, and one of the key components of that is ICO analysis, ICO reports. So we analyze them. You look at what we've reviewed, what we've rated. You read the 3-page summary report instead of the 100-page white paper and the 10 or 15 pages of material on the website and the one-pagers, and then research in LinkedIn and checking websites, checking history, verifying when it was done. Is it real? There have been cases Robert will cover a little bit later. There'll be some cases that, boy, some of these look great, but until you do a lot of digging, you don't really know for sure. So you get the reports, you learn how we do it, learn what we do and how we do it. We help you evaluate others on your own, and we'll give you guidance on what to look for. We get requests all the time. I have friends and people that are in the business say, hey, what about this ICO? And depending upon if we've already looked at it or not, I might take a quick read and say, hey, look at these 3 things that are not here on their website or in their white paper, in 5 minutes. And then all of a sudden, you know exactly what to look for. And then you can decide to take further evaluation, which we recommend people. What we recommend you do is read the report list. It comes out in your back office. We post it in the Telegram channel that new reports are posted. Go look through the list, check the greens and the green pluses, and then actually read the report and see if you like the industry, see if you like what the project's about. Doesn't matter if we like it, just means we like it and we believe it has the potential to be a long-term, excellent place to put your money. Doesn't mean you agree that you like the industry. We had somebody who's a friend of mine. We did a report on one that was in the dating space. It was artificial intelligence for dating, Viola. And he goes, might be a great token, but I'm not into putting money into the dating space. So look at the ones, read the report, do a little bit further research yourself, and then decide to buy, and we teach you how. So you participate in the ICOs that have been scrutinized through our analytics, giving them a high probability of growing substantially. Robert will cover this later, but at a very high level, when we review an ICO and rate it, we look at it as if these people just showed up on our personal doorstep and said, hey, Dan, hey, Robert, hey, Dave, or Ron Carty, or Ron Monterulli, please give us some of your money. Please give us some of your money. And we look at it, well, would we be willing to give them, would we be willing to give them our money? And then the second piece is, do we believe that they have a viable business or viable project? Do they have a minimally viable product already? Do they have paying customers? Are they an established business? Do they have revenue? Is it in an exciting market? Is it a growing market? All those kind of things get considered. And then the last one for sure is, why are they doing the ICO? Is it just to raise money, or is it to raise money to do something really cool in the blockchain and disruptive technical space and marketing space? Because when we recommend one, we want it to be one that we think has the chance to be worth, comes out at pennies, and in a year, we're hopeful, if everything went well for them, it's $1 to $3, and in the future, it could be a $50, $100, $150 token. That's the mindset we have when we evaluate these. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to turn this over to Robert, and he's going to share some insights and information around 3 areas. What's happening in the ICO market, how to avoid bad deals, how to avoid scams, some of the things we found. And after he does some general discussion on that, he's then going to talk a little bit about what is our strategy. What do you do when you buy an ICO, you get your tokens? And then the last one, this comes up every so often, Americans especially get excluded from participating in some ICOs because the offerer does not want to deal with the SEC and any kind of registration. So why they ask, well, if I can't participate, why are you guys recommending it as a green plus? So Robert will cover this. So I'm going to turn the call over to Robert Timmermans. He's our chief ICO officer, and he reviews every single report, and he's the one that gives the final okay. Is it green, green plus, and is he going to put any of his own money, and is the company going to put any of our money? So Robert, I'll turn it over to you. You are unmuted.
Okay, can you hear me?
Perfect.
Okay, good morning all. Good evening. Right now, let's just talk about the market. Every one of you guys have probably gotten in December, November, January, and this month. And you couldn't have got in at a worse time. I mean, the market since Christmas time has just been steadily going down. We feel we're at the bottom, but we're not exactly sure. We do know, however, that it is going to turn around. Whether it turns around this week or next month, well, that is next month, but it will turn around. So every day I'm constantly looking at the markets and following other people on YouTube that I respect. I have about 4 or 5 people that I respect, and they're really good at what they're doing. And nobody has an idea whether we're at the bottom or whether we still have a chance of going lower. So just hang in there, because when this turns around, it's going to be just exactly what it was like, September, October, November of last year. One of the things I guess we should talk about is bad deals. And every one of us is going to get hit with a bad deal. But I was looking at some reports on Monday, and it stated in there that 46% of the tokens listed last year in 2017 have failed so far, and that means there's probably more to come. Some were outright scams, and they hit the news. Some of them didn't. Some of them didn't have a workable plan. Some of the tokens had no use. But the people who bought into these probably never did any research or even understood what the token was about. They bought into the hype. So it's really vital, if you want to make money in this, to get good sound advice. We believe we give really solid advice. We work 7 days a week doing this, roughly 20 hours a day. I don't work 20 hours a day, I work 12, but I have some other people that are helping on this, doing reviews that I'm training right now, and they're doing quite good. So one of the things is you really have to do some research. Like, you have to read the reports. This is all the fundamentals for you. I mean, we do these reports, whether they're green plus, green, yellow, or red. It gives you an indication, because most of you are going to hear about, a token from a friend. You're going to listen to hype. And you can go into the back end and you can see what our professional opinion is of the tokens. It might be in there. We've done well and truly over 100 different reports. I haven't kept track. But I'll keep repeating this. The worst advice you can get is from your friends or someone who knows someone. That's even worse. If they are not specialized in the crypto world or not have a trading background, they don't know. They've bought a story and they're now selling you the story. It's that simple. One of the friends has told me them about a great token that is only going to go to the moon, but it seldom does. Some of them do, the good ones do, but the ones you hear about from friends usually don't. And when I first got into cryptos, excuse me, it was just like you guys. I got in from a friend of mine who told me about this great offer. And of course, I lost my money. But I listened to him again, and again I lost money. And the worst part is I owned a company before this that did Forex trading. And I knew how to research. But like many of us, I was lazy. I wanted to believe my friend. And it cost me money. And we are trying to stop you guys and help you guys and say, please don't listen to your friends unless they're a professional. Look for professional advice like we give, okay? So, and I'll just give you another example. We get requests all the time, almost every single day, from some of our members who ask about tokens that they heard about from their friends. Well, we really don't have time to do this. We're stretched really thin. We're growing, but it really takes a lot of time to train these people up. And they're all professionals. They're all university educated. They all have a background in either stocks or analytics. So anyway, short story is we did 2 reviews in total from all the requests we had. Both had no chance of success. One was an outright scam. We know that your friends are not trying to hurt you. They are trying to help you, but they just are relying on someone else's hype. So please don't buy from your friend's recommendation unless they are professionals and know the market. We also know that you like advice on certain tokens. I mean, we kept, as I said, we kept getting requests all the time for this. But for us, it takes a minimum of 4 hours to research a token. Like at a good time, I can start reading into it, and I can get a feeling for it, right away. But I have proved myself wrong many times when I thought, God, this really looks fantastic. But by the time I did everything, I changed my mind. It wasn't fantastic. So we honestly do not have the time to provide this service as part of your membership. Perhaps in the future we can offer members this service as a paid-for service. We'll research the tokens that you want to know about, but it's going to have to be a paid-for service because we have to put a researcher on it, and that's anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. And then I have to review it, and that usually takes an hour to 2 hours because I got to do all the back checking on it, unless it's an out-and-out scam. So, having said all that, if this is a service you guys would like to have, just let us know. We are really here to help you, and if enough of you want the service, we'll put it in place. Okay? So, our strategy for Green Plus tokens that you can't participate in, okay? Many of you, and us included, have missed out on pre-ICOs and crowdfunding opportunities. But what we do then is if we missed out and we had a lot of belief in it, is after the launch on the exchange, we usually buy in, not in the first couple of days, because that's when all the hype is and all the attention, and it goes up in most cases. But what we do is we wait a week or two. We don't mind if we pay a little bit more and see what the direction of the token is. And the interest, how many people are really following this and commenting on it on Facebook and Twitter and you name it. So we let you know every week that tokens we think have a chance of going up, not in the short term, but most of our picks are all long term with a short term to get your money back and a little bit of profit. But most of them that we have are all long term gains. And you can follow us if you like, because we tell you every week which ones we're buying. Right? So let's get into the 3T post ICO insights. Okay. Now, these are ones that are already listed and we buy into. We're not suggesting you do, but we actually put our money where our mouth is and buy. And the first one is Cardano. They'll be having their investment meeting in London on February the 28th. So that's tomorrow for you guys. And we believe that it has a long and substantial growth potential. And it is a part of our long-term portfolio. So that's Cardano. The symbol is ADA. The next one that we've recommended for, this will be the third week running, is Selfkey. Symbol Key, K-E-Y. Now, they just signed an agreement with a Dutch Antilles-based bank and a Cayman Island-based bank to offer their banking products in the Selfkey bank account marketplace at its launch. And that's coming soon. And what it does, it accepts applications to remotely. That means you can open a bank account for customers dealing in cryptocurrencies in the Cayman Islands or the Dutch Antilles. And which you'll already have met successfully bank requirements by doing the KYC with Selfkey. And that passes the bank's due diligence. In addition to the corporate and personal bank accounts, their bank partner in the Cayman Islands is going to be offering a gold-backed loan in Selfkey marketplace. So we strongly believe that Selfkey is a real bargain at this price. I mean, it is really, really cheap. The next one that we buy into and have many of them is Deep Brain Chain. And right now it's back to where we first bought in. And we don't see it going down any lower unless Bitcoin doesn't stabilizes and falls more. Bitcoin could fall to 8,000, 7,000. We don't know. But anyway, for any of you who are interested, we think that this is a good buy and a long-term hold. They have a fantastic team and a fantastic product. Okay, so the only caveat I have on all of these is that if Bitcoin goes lower, uh, all altcoins will go lower, not just Deep Chain, but Self-Key and Cardano, okay? Restart Energy, that's the next one that you guys bought into, or some of you bought into, is still below its ICO price, but but it's stable at this price. That doesn't sound good, but it's at least it's stable. It's holding around the 6 cent mark. But the thing is, this is a real company with real users, and once the market goes up, we believe this token will give us all substantial gains. So patience really is the key in any one of these. I've been trading for quite a while, and I'm a holder. So I'm used to them going up and down, up and down, up and down. But I set a target on what I'm going to sell it at, and that's what I basically stick to. VeChain, which is another one. The symbol is VEN. We believe that this has tremendous growth potential. It's a blockchain-based currency that operates within a blockchain as a service. The main idea behind this currency is to make all transactions faster and more transparent, while offering the way businesses' supplies are being managed and monitored by monitoring the business market. VEN, okay, that's the symbol for VeChain, is aiming to create a blockchain-based business and management operations with fast transactions and a decentralized, transparent platform. Right now, VeChain is listed at probably the 16th spot out of all the 1,400 tokens that are listed on the marketplace. So it's it's at a high rank, top 16. So when we believe that this has a great upside potential. The last one I'm going to talk about, and I was just doing some research on late last night and finished this morning, is Dragon Chain. You might have heard of this one. It's been around for a little bit. The symbol is DRGN. This project really isn't one of the little guys. It's pretty massive, but it really is under a lot of people's radar right now and has a ton of good things going for it. When you look at the current price of it, it's easy to buy off the chart alone. Surely there is only one way for this coin to go, and that's up. Additionally, with the launch of the AWS service platform right at the end of this coming month, March, we believe that when the market turns, Dragon Chain will go up substantially. Usually announcements like this are already priced in, but with the market in its current state, people don't seem to have jumped on the Dragon's back with quite as much enthusiasm as they may over the next few weeks. So if you're thinking of getting in, I would get in pretty soon. We're not always right, but at least we have some experience with this. We've looked into each of them and are pretty confident that they are not only legit, but they're solid projects with good fundamentals. Okay, Dan, do you want to go on to the next subject? Dan?
Yes, I'm here. Okay, next one. ICO's done for you, purchasing done for you, buying club update. A lot of people like this. We actually like this because it makes it simpler for our members. I'll cover this, then Robert can throw in some color commentary. So for this week, and last week we mentioned lead coin. We had three that we liked potentially, three potential companies that we were looking to do a done for you. Lead coin, which we talked about last week, Tomo coin, and Video coin. And the fourth one, Ithon, because Ithon, I guess is the way you'd probably pronounce it. So it's three new ones plus lead coin from last week. Now, as Robert just covered, he'll add in a minute when I turn it back to him, What we decided to do is not do these as a done for you this week. Pick one or two, or take the interest we had in lead coin and do it. We decided against doing it because of the way the market is behaving. They are all good tokens, we believe. And our recommendation based on what's been happening in the market would be these would be better served, and our members would be better served if we didn't do them as part of the ICO, lock up your money, lock up at the ICO price, and then maybe the price will come out equal to or less, or a very slight jump. And that way, what would happen instead is buy it after it lists, and then it's immediately liquid. Your money is immediately liquid. And as it jumps up or jumps down, you have a great opportunity, or as Robert just covered, you have a great opportunity to hold most of the tokens and get them as they go up substantially, presuming obviously they deliver on their promises. So I'll give it back to Robert to talk a little bit more about these four. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Dan. As Dan just said, these four tokens, in our opinion, are long-term holds. And they could be a really good buying opportunity after the tokens have listed on the exchange. And I suggest that you write down the names of the four tokens and keep an eye on them. Okay, I'll just repeat them again. If you have a pen and paper, lead coin, Tomo coin, video coin, and AITHON, or ITHON, AITHON. So lead coin, Tomo coin, video coin, and Atheon. Okay, so we'll be keeping an eye out on this too, and we'll let you know when they come out. But we always are pretty hectic here with time. We never have enough time. Hopefully we're going to start having a few more times as our people that are on my team will get more proficient in what they're doing. I just want to thank every one of you for being a part of 3T Networks, and we really want to make you money. I mean, if we don't make you money, you don't want to be with us. So it's a mutual undertaking here. We want to be correct more often than we're not. We want you to make money. We invest ourselves, so you can invest along with us if you like. Okay. Let's see. I'll just say something here, a little off topic, but just remember that every single person in this marketplace that's being involved in it, including Jamie Dimon, has been wrong about something in the crypto markets in the past, and will be wrong sometimes in the future too. We really try our best to be right, but I hope you can understand that sometimes we may be wrong. Sometimes, like right now, it seems that everything is against you, but we know it's going to change. So just hang tough. Many of you the first-time crypto enthusiasts, and we know that it's tough right now, but it'll come around, and then you'll be over the moon, just the same as the tokens you have. So you just have to be flexible and pick your long-term goals. And when I say long-term, I'm talking months, not years. This isn't anything like the stock market where you buy a stock today and maybe at the end of the year it's gone up 8%. We get 8% and higher gains in a day. So that's about it for my part of it. But let us know if you're interested in doing a paid-for service on researching the tokens that you've heard about from your friends.
Thank you, Robert. Always good insight. He watches personally tons of YouTube videos for market intelligence, and he reviews every report. He writes a few reports. He does the final call. He is getting and been expert in this, and he has done lots of trading in his history. So he practices what he preaches. And our goal is to be right substantially more than we're wrong. And that's a good lead into the next slide, which is, once my computer works. Okay, somebody had asked a question too. I'll just say, done for you means you can choose to let us do the work, then you act when you get your tokens. That's what done for you is, and our goal is to make life easy. And I also mentioned this last week. We're partnering with a trading company so that we keep the purchase of ICO cryptocurrency, A, in cryptocurrency, so members would submit crypto, and B, a third-party entity that is trading will actually perform the function. So we keep this out of the MLM, because one key point is, as I've said this before, and it shouldn't be a secret to anybody, governments, especially the US government, is not the hugest fan of network marketing. There's a lot of abuses in the market. There's a lot of issues. There's a lot of good companies, but not every company is a good company. So it's not something that they love. The second point is governments typically are not fond of cryptocurrency that much. So if you combine cryptocurrency and MLM together, you raise your company's risk profile and you become a larger target. So there's good reason to keep crypto activities out of the direct network marketing company, other than trying to use them as payment. That's okay, but having substantial cryptocurrency activity inside the company just makes you a larger legal target. So that's why we're doing some of these things. And the last point Robert made is the important one. In the market at the moment, the best service we can provide is to recommend how you can make money, in our opinion, and in how we're trying to do it and what we're acting to buy these tokens that are good tokens, good products, good projects, good teams that are trading. And then you have the opportunity to do it. One of them, for instance, one of our members said, oh yeah, I liked it a couple of weeks ago. You told me all about buying self-key in the public market. So I was able to pick some up at a penny. And in the next few days, 3 or 4 days later, it was 1.9 cents. So he was up almost 100% in 3 days, on whatever he had purchased. So our view of the world and our partner's view of the world, who does the traffic light trading signals, which covers multiple asset classes, is this. Does it matter to you how you actually make money? If you get information that you can act on that can make you that kind of money, does it matter that you bought it in a done-for-you ICO, or you learned how to do it and we recommended, based on what we're doing, that this is a good token, and you just went to the public market and bought some and made yourself some money? Our goal is to provide information you can act on to make you money and keep you happy and a happily paying subscriber to these products, which is good for people who build big teams, good for the company, and good for you. Because if you make money, you have no trouble spending some. I'll get to the questions in a second. Okay, a couple others that we didn't cover in detail. Restart Energy, Robert touched on, but MWAT, is it Signal? Is it Symbol? They have plans to be on a major exchange. They're already on 2, Qcoin and Likey or Like. Those aren't huge, but a lot of the new tokens go on Qcoin. Still trading around 7 cents, kind of stable, not super high volume, which is about 10%, 15% lower than the ICO price. That's likely driven by people who bought it with Ethereum that they had made a lot of money on. So they decided to sell, and maybe there were some super early buys not in the sale that we were part of, that a 7 cent price is profitable for them. Some people have not given us their ERC20 compliant wallet addresses. As soon as you send them in a ticket, so we don't mess up, because we don't want to guess, we want to send them wherever you say, we will send you back your tokens. Next one, Lexit. We had done, and we've been waiting. They told us, and they're publicly on their Telegram saying that they're going to deliver tokens on the 1st of March. So that is 2 days away. So as soon as we get tokens, we will send everybody their tokens. Lexit has huge interest. I mean, I was in the Telegram group when it was 500 people, and now it has over 15,000. Haven't checked this morning, but it was 15,000 yesterday or the day before. And again, Lexit, they're making announcements, and they're doing lots of good things. It's, again, a real project. They're getting people to basically buy, sell IP and do mergers and acquisitions on the blockchain. Okay, before I get to the last slide, hold on a second. We have a few more questions. Hold on, let's get through these. Okay. Great info. Ithon spelled Itheon. Okay. Someone's asking about our coin. Yes, we'll have a special webinar to cover 3TC and the official launch of that as its own ICO. We're going to go through the correct process on our token. Yes, you get them now when you buy packs, and yes, you can redeem reward points for them, but we will run it normally. And key for us is keep building our community, because rushing the launch of a token before you can build a community is a very bad idea. Another one. Yeah, somebody asked this question. This is a good question. We need done for you for coins that require more money to invest than a small buyer can afford. Yes, that's one of the reasons for done for you. Let me cover this, because that's a great question. Thank you, Roberta. Done for you is really valuable when two things happen, and there's actually a marketplace trend. One of the marketplace trends that you'll notice is, like Lexit, for instance, is never, ever going to go to a public sale. Lexit is totally sold out, private sale. They were just waiting on like somebody to pay their money who had reserved some tokens, but it's never going public. And the buy-in was 40 Ethereum minimum. And actually, most of the buy-in was 100 Ethereum plus 100,000. So obviously, very few people personally have that much speculative risk capital. So that's issue one, or that's market reality one. Market reality two is, as we grow and have more and more members interested, we have more and more clout to go with our trading partner to an ICO, pre-ICO period while they're in the formative stages, and talk to them about effectively being in the private purchase group. So being able to do that means we get the biggest bonus for our members. So instead of the public, if it ever makes it public, getting 20, 30% bonus, maybe being in early, we get in, and get a 60% bonus or 70% bonus. So those are huge, because that, again, enables our members to make more. Next question, changing the call times. The call times are listed in your back office under webinars, and we'll put out an update, and we'll put it in the news so everybody has it. But Tuesday nights is this call. Wednesday night, same time, is the training and education call by Ron Carty. Thursday night at this time is the corporate update webinar, usually run by our Chief Operating Officer, Ron Monterulli. And then the opportunity webinars we're going to shift a little bit on those, but they were scheduled on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I believe, at 1 p.m. But watch the back office. We moved one to Sunday night at, I believe, 8 p.m. Eastern. That's a better time for most people. But we'll keep one afternoon time frame for sure. And we're going to add we were asked to add an Australia time call on Saturdays. So we'll likely do one special for Australia and one special for European time zones, so that we have all the time zones covered. Next. Yeah. Should you buy these off the exchanges? The ones we say we're buying, take a look yourself, and we believe that if we're buying, it's a good idea. If you have a large pending volume on one side, does that mean people have not paid yet? I think, Peter, you're referring to in the binary. Now, pending volume in the binary means it's in the current period that we have not paid out yet. Thank you, Ron, for checking how many members are in the Lexit group. Yes, VChain is VEN. What's the take profit strategy? What's the take profit strategy? Yeah, let me cover that. When we buy an ICO together, or if you buy an ICO yourself, here's what we recommend. Take 40% of whatever you bought and move that to the exchange. Move that to whatever exchange you can sell those tokens on. Once you've done that, immediately put in a sell order for 30% of your total, or 3/4 of what you just sent, at 4 times the price you paid. So if you paid $0.015, put in a limit sell order at 6 cents. And then put in a second limit sell order for the rest of the tokens that are on the exchange at 8 cents. Sorry, 9 cents. 6 times. You paid $0.015, 4 times is 6 cents, and put the rest in at 9 cents. Then just check once a day. Because when those orders are fulfilled, you've made 80% on your total money. So if you started with $100, you got your 100 back, plus you made 80, and you're still sitting on 60% of what we believed was a high growth potential token. And then you just use your personal feelings on what's going on. If it hits $1, maybe you sell some. It hits $3, maybe you sell some. Depends what your feelings are. We'll tell you what we're intending to do. But the idea is everybody's in a different personal financial situation. You could say, you could be thinking, wow, I rode this one from $0.015 to $1. That was great. That's almost 70 times what I paid for it in the ICO. And I did it in, let's say it hit $1 in 6 months. So you might say, I might take all my money because I'd like to find the next one that I can do that with, instead of hoping a dollar token can go to $100, because maybe that's harder and that's going to take longer. But that's your personal decision. But that's a high level strategy. Next, someone's asking their deadline to buy. It will be published. There will be a true ICO site for 3T coins. Someone's asking how to pay. Yes, you pay right now with Bitcoin, Litecoin, or Ethereum, or your personal account balance, or a gift certificate. No credit cards yet. We are working on a solution with a partner that will enable people to use credit or debit cards. So we are working on that. Next one, where will Lexit tokens be delivered? ERC20, it's an Ethereum asset. Are Ron Carty's webinars recorded? Yes, and they'll be posted. Tomorrow, yes, this is good. Thank you, Peter. I put this out. This is a special webinar. Tomorrow, the 28th at 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. There is a special webinar talking about mining. I put that out as a notice. We put it out as a notice in our, as in the update. Everybody who has a mining contract would have gotten a separate email from CryptMine. Some people said, hey, why is CryptMine sending me emails? You have to remember one thing. Every one of you who has an advanced trader pack or a pro trader pack is a customer of CryptMine or CryptMin. They are the provider of mining. When you click mining, you will notice you go to a new back office and the URL is cryptmin.com. And that's actually a good thing, because two areas. One, if mining got attacked by regulators, for instance, it doesn't impact the MLM. It's not 3T's product. You have it from CryptMine. That's number one. And number two, they are independent of the MLM. So some people worry, hey, I signed up in the network marketing company, but what happens if I stop paying my subscription? I'm not doing the network marketing. What happens to my mining contract? Do I lose it? No, the answer is no. Your login over at CryptMin is identical to your login on 3T. It helps that it's owned by the same person who owns the MLM software company, so it makes the integration a lot simpler. So that covers all of the questions. The next one, where we cover about the ICO picks, that's the next slide. So let me go to the next slide, and we'll end on this. Okay. Robert said, and the market hasn't been the greatest for altcoins. Some of them have done really well, and some of them have been going backwards in the last few weeks. So if we look at 2/27/18, so we took a look on the 27th, and that was 27th Asia time, so it would have been nighttime the 26th. you'll see deep brain chain declined a little bit down to 8.7 cents, still up 718% from its ICO price. Gifto is still a super duper winner, but it has declined from last week down to 40 cents from 42 cents, but a huge return. Raiden, again, you see it was 428 last week, went down to 298 this week, still a large return, 326%. And we scroll down, a lot of these are down a bit from last week, which is not unexpected based on the market. But you'll see one of the questions, well, how good are you guys at picking? Well, up until this week, everyone was in the black. Everyone was positive return for what people would have bought during the ICO. But you see NagaCoin, it's actually, they've been making announcements. They were doing really cool things, but the price of the token, is kind of hovered in the dollar range. It was $1.04 last week, which would have put people in profit a little bit. It's 95.55 cents right now in US dollar terms. So you're down a little bit. But the bigger point to make on this is by participating in this group. These are 17 ICOs that we reviewed that have come out and have been trading. If you started with $100 in each, so you put $1,700 and became your own mini venture capitalist, you would have grown your wealth by $11,001. In other words, you would have $11,001 more today than you had when you started putting these in, because you'd have earned $11,001 on your $1,700. And in 3-4 months, that's pretty good return on $1,700. And especially in the fact that the market's way down. We went back to, December, early January, before, the markets went down. All these numbers were way bigger. I remember the first 7, if you'd have put $300 in the first 7, at one point, $2,100 was worth over $40,000. So 100 would have been about a little bit less than $14,000, $13,000 and change. So that's pretty good to have those kind of returns. But the markets go up, the markets go down, and still you're a mini venture capitalist here, and you're significantly in profit by following these recommendations. And again, we don't give advice, we provide information, we tell you what we're doing, we tell you what we're buying. It's up to you. Do some of your own research. At a minimum, read the reports we provide on the ones you're thinking of buying, so you can at least be informed. One last thing to check, see if there are any more chat messages. Shiva, I'll get you, we'll post this. This will be, the PDF of this will be up in the back office in about an hour. So you'll be able to see that. And with that, I believe we are at the end. It's 9:48, a little bit longer, but I thought it was important to answer everybody's questions and to give you some insight into the market and into how we are providing value to you for your $139 a month. I mean, anybody, and I'll just make this last statement, anybody who's paying their money or bought their subscriptions, please use the information. Please trade, in and out of cash and Bitcoin or Litecoin or Ethereum using the trend trading signals. If you have money in the stock market, use the index fund indicators, use the smart money system, which is another piece of the traffic light trading system. Use that. You're paying for it. It will help you to make better decisions and make yourself money. If all you do is wait around and don't use the information, then you're not going to make anything from that information. So please, everybody, take action, use this information, and there we go. That's what we got. Last question, is the cost for key correct? That was the cost. It was 1.5 cents at the last ICO. Can recommend exchanges where you can buy crypto without limits. Coinbase is really not the exchange. you want to use GDAX, which is an exchange, and you just have to figure out where to get your crypto in there. But yeah, Coinbase does limit people a bit to how much money you can go in and out. We get limited here in Thailand when we're buying. You can do in and out of fiat a little bit less than 20 grand. Some of the exchanges, I think Bittrex, for instance, is unlimited, but not everybody can get into Bittrex. So it depends. We will look and see what other options there are. So thank you everybody for attending, and thank you everybody for being with us as part of this wonderful company. Without you, there is no wonderful company. It's not about us, it's about you and helping everyone be successful. The recording will be posted in about an hour or two, so you can watch it, and so will these slides. Everybody have a great evening or a great day.